Hello, everybody. Oh, nope, there we go. All right, let us get. Why are you not? Oh, did I never? Hang on. I never connected VTube Studio or a VBridger to VTube Studio. Whoops. All right, let's get logged in and get the show on the road. Which does mean I need to make sure I log in on the right server. Hee. Hi, Ash. I literally just took a drink of water. Literally beat you to it. But yeah. Ooh, let me fix something real quick. I'm very happy to see you. I'm upset. Just hang on. Let me. Okay. All right. Let us head off to Ishgard then. Let me also make sure I am on the. You know, let's do some Dark Knight. That feels. Oh, did I never? I never really did anything about a better Dark Knight glamour, did I? There. Or, you know what? I'm gonna cave and I'm gonna do something real quick for my Dark Knight glamour. Actually, it's probably faster for me to teleport to my apartment. I fucking love the Neo Ishgardian gear. Especially the aiming and tanking sets. So let me just go ahead and buy that. I need a new look. Let's see here. Neo Ishgardian. Yeah, sure, I've got the money for that. I do not care. Don't need those necessarily. Do you need... not really. Don't necessarily need those. Do need these. Yeah. Did I ever get the aiming bottoms? Because I also really like those. Bard? I've been messing around with glamour a little bit lately, so... There we go. Search for item. I do not have it. For shame. Alright. Let me throw these into the glamour dresser. Take another drink of water. Gonna back away slowly. Back away. Okay, let's go. Now, it is time to do a slight glamour adjustment. Also, how do I... you know what? I might use the same glamour plate for Scholar that I'm currently using for Summoner, because it looks nicer. There. Okay. Now. Body. We're gonna dump that in there. I didn't buy any hands. Legs and feet, Neo-Ishgardian. And Neo-Ishgardian. Alright, now let's get our tank glamour updated for the next leg of the story. Here we go. Boop. Boop. And then do I have... Oh, that's nice. I kind of wish that sleeve was gone, but it'll look a lot better once we dye it. Now let's decide how we want to dye this. Do I want it black, or do I want it... Nah, we want dark blue. The metallic blue is very pretty, but does not suit that specific. Okay. We want this to be dyed dark blue. Oh wait, I want to edit plate yet. I want to... What am I doing? We're gonna dye the gear itself. Boom. And... Boom. Much better. And the sword still... Oh, actually... Do I like that better? No. Maybe? It kind of works. Uh-oh. I like the shape of this blade better. But this has the black, or the like, the metal color and blue in it. But, how does it look if I draw it? Versus this. I actually like this better. Alright. Alright. New tank glamour. Done. And now for what we actually want to do, which is go to the foundation. Maybe let's not look up my skirt, okay? Gonna have to be very careful with my teleportation angles. Why do I always hit the aetheryte when I want to travel to the firmament? It's taken me so long, Ash, to realize that that is you sticking your tail in your face. I was like, what's the little fox smooshing into its face? Because the angle makes it look like it's something being buried or eaten or something. And now I just took a closer look at that emote and I realized, oh. No, I'm just dumb. Ooh, actually, you know what? Let's have a little appetizer to what is to come. And let's wrap up Elto's story first. Because, she's right here. I already have the things crafted. And then maybe we can end the stream with starting Charlemagne's story. No, I don't. I assume an OC of yours? Also, my next project shall be a dish that will have even the most discerning dragon gourmand slavering for more. Pray aid me in any way you can. Boo. Aha! With this, I'm one elm closer to completing my masterpiece. A dish fit for dragons. The others are sure to go wild over it, and I dare say it will take all I have not to take a bite or three for myself. Oh. Yes, my mouth is watering just from imagining what I might make with these ingredients. The other dragons may very well be compelled to travel all the way to Ishgard just to get one more bite. Interesting. Okay, turn that in. Yep, you're gonna say the same thing you were saying before. I have leveled. Is there another level 80 I should be turning these in on now? It'd help if I was looking at the right list. Yes, Leatherworker. With this, I'm one elm. Oh, you're just saying the same thing you've been saying. Blah, blah. Fine work as always, hero. With this, I have more than enough ingredients to begin my culinary masterpiece. A dish that is certain to have every dragon in the churning mists clamoring for more. Of course, you are more than welcome to lend a helping hand if you so wish. Thanks to you, Elto is ready to share the product of her hard work with her dragon friends. I'd say they're in for quite the treat. Yeah. I gathered a few ingredients of my own, and together with what you've brought, we've made sandwiches using Kaiser rolls. I've tasted them myself, and I've never had any better. Dragons might find this type of food a bit puzzling at first, but I'm sure the taste will be to their liking. Elto, you had best get it to them while it's still fresh. Yes! Of course! Elto, are you all right? Yes, quite all right, thank you. Anyway, I must be off at once. I would hate for the bread to stale and the meat to dry. Farewell. I hope you all got a good look at her. Because that's the last we'll ever see of sweet little baby Elto. She could not be happier with your efforts. She now considers you a cultivated crafter. Through your efforts, Elto has gained a deeper understanding of mankind and fostered her love for crafting. It seems, however, that Houtalong has a different sort of favor to ask. Even the most masterful crafts or works of crafting are a common sight to us who grew up in Ishgard. But to a dragon, I imagine even a hawker's stall is something to behold. Would that I could see the world from their eyes. Okay. Boop. At last, my culinary masterwork is ready to be shared with my kin. Thanks to the guidance of my capable teachers, I believe I've cooked up something that will have even the most stubborn among them clamoring for more. Doubtless, even now, they are eagerly awaiting my arrival. Their whispers of what I might bring filling the churning mists with expectation. I'd best leave at once. There are few things more unpleasant than a hungry dragon. Safe travels, Elto. Hi, Beatty. Yes, I stream like I stream Final Fantasy 14, or I streamed some video game. Lately, it's been Final Fantasy 14, like 12 hours a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sundays. I'm so dizzy, wings aching. No, I must move forward, for the food cools, and with it, the esteem of my kin. Also, good to see you in chat again. Elto, is something the matter? Not at all. In fact, I'm positively effervescent. No, wait right here. I'll be back before you've even realized I've gone. We all believe her, right, chat? She's totally telling the truth. It shouldn't have taken this long. You're right. Come to think of it, Alto was acting rather strangely before she departed. Perhaps we should ask Master Arvid for counsel. He seems to have a solution for every problem. Oh, I hope nothing untoward has happened. I'll stay here and keep watch for Alto. I pray you and Master Arvid can get to the bottom of this. I mean, I probably have more experience with dragons than either of you guys. Why not just, like, have me go to the Churning Mists and double check and make sure she got there safely? But, okay, we'll go and talk to Arvid. Arvid, whatever. Oh, that is a player. I was like, the PC almost looks like a player. It's because it was. The curse of running around with player names turned off. Everybody looks like an NPC. Good evening. What brings you here? So Elto's missing. Now that you mention it, I haven't seen Elto since she left with her delivery. You're certain she hasn't returned? I mean, I meant to give her this hammer when I made as a little reward for her efforts. Considering how hard she's been working, I wouldn't be surprised if she's just gone for a leisurely stroll. Or a fly, I suppose? A flit? Any road, she is a dragon, albeit a tiny one. Try as we might, we would be fools to think we understand even a fraction of what goes on in her head. I'm sure she'll return on her. I honestly... I don't know how comfortable I feel with that. Sometimes people will force stuff on me, but full disclosure, I've been playing Final Fantasy XIV for like 11 years. Maybe 12. I've been playing since The Realm Reborn. So generally anything I need on my main, I can just swap characters and then have a friend help me trade stuff if I need it. Plus, yeah, there's not honestly a whole lot I even need in this game. But thank you for the thought. No, I'm not a legend. I haven't done any ultimates. I'm just a cranky old vet who's seeing things, man. But yeah, no, trust me, I do not need materia. I've got a whole retainer. I've got a level 100 on another character that I can get materia from. So I am good, but thank you. I'm sure she'll return within her own time. Still, if you must go looking for her, take the hammer. I've no doubt her eagerness to learn how to use it would send her back here as fast as her little wings can carry her. She often goes on at length about her dragonette friends at this place called Zenith, somewhere in the Churning Mists. If that rings a bell to you, I reckon it might be a good place to start. Thank you. So he's just telling me to do the thing that, like, was my first instinct to begin with. Alright, off to Zenith we go. But yeah. Plus, like, with the way I'm streaming this game, materia wouldn't be super helpful because I've played through the whole game, and hey, because I've played through the whole game before, I can't exactly feed the Final Fantasy XIV's community to like live vicariously through first timers. You're not gonna get first time reactions out of me. The best you're gonna get is oh, I forgot what happened here reactions. And the occasional me making connections from stuff I missed the first time I played. And then, or like wasn't really important when it first came out. But, like, later expansions, at this point, Endwalker and Dawn Trail recontextualize stuff. So we do everything minimum item level, no echo on this character. You're a story skipper? No, the story's so good though, especially if you like other Final Fantasy games. Endearing Dragonette. Oh, is that who I think it is? The very hero who triumphed over Nidhogg and brought peace between our kinds? From all the stories Alto has told of you, I expected you to be a bit more grander. Rude? I suppose appearances come second when you spend your days working with your claws. Or hands, were they? Nevertheless, I must thank you for taking the time to pass down such refined arts to my friend. We do so enjoy seeing what she brings. You're skipping the Oblivion story. I mean, if you've played through it before... You're looking for her? She's visiting friends not far from here, gushing over that, what was it? Cooking of hers. Delectable stuff, that. To think there was more to food than scorching and chomping. Considering the distance you've traveled, I'm terribly sorry to say that she specifically requested not to let anyone from the surface see her until she was ready. She was quite insistent, in fact. Still, I'm sure she would be delighted to receive that deadly-looking trinket of yours. What did you call it? A hammer? I know different people have different preferences. I can't understand playing a story-driven game and not paying attention to the story. Different strokes for different folks, I know, but like... It looks far too heavy for me to wield myself, but I should be able to carry it without dropping it. That is, unless I choose to drop it. Those Muggles who've been pestering me are in need of some long overdue comeuppance. Just, like, make a bomb that looks like a Kupo nut and then give it to them, forehead. Anyway, I shall let her know you've arrived, but let me warn you that it may be some time until she is willing to show herself. Why? You're kidding, you've played the MSQ, but it's your least favorite of the quest lines in Oblivion. That's fair. And, like, if it's a game you've played before, I can understand, like, especially if you have ADHD, the whole, like, been there, done that, can't focus on it because it's not new anymore element, but... Now, pass that hammer of yours over here. I'm afraid it's not as unwieldy as it looks. A hammer designed to fit in the claws of any enterprising dragon or dragonette wishing to learn the fine art of crafting. So this is one of those tools you wingless ones are so fond of? Are all of them as complex as this one? Shall be safe in my keeping, I assure you. I wouldn't have the slightest idea how to use it, even if I wanted. You hit things with it. You actually have 10k hours in it? I mean, I'm not surprised with you. Now wait here, and I shall return. When, however, I cannot say. Why can't we see the baby? Is she okay? Miss Deskar, there you are. Air a little thin for you? Surprised to see us, I take it. Young Hartalong got it in his head to come searching for Elto, and there wasn't a thing I could say to sway him. him with work. Somehow, he managed to book us a trip across the Sea of Clouds. It's a wonder we caught up to you, all things considered. Just how long have you been waiting here? Days. Where is she, Miss Saskar? Where's Alto? Good question. What? Why wouldn't she want to see us? That doesn't make any sense. Alto! Can you hear me? Where are you? Unfortunately, we're doing this cutscene during the loudest weather in the Churning Mists. Oh, gosh! You'll wake something bigger than a dragonette with all that shouting. Right up! Huh? Scarf! That hat! Wait, Alto, is that you? Ah, I knew you would recognize me. Still, an explanation may be in order. You see, a dragon's growth is dictated by forces both internal and external. Sometimes this growth can be quite dramatic, as you can plainly see. Truth be told, I had been feeling out of sorts lately. But now I see that the discomfort was merely the new me trying to break free. And now here she is, a dragon reborn. Oh, he's crying. Oh, I'm so glad you're all right. More than all right by the looks of things. This new tool is wonderful. It's as if Master Arvid knew I was on the brink of incredible change. Had I received this hammer but a day earlier, I would have held it clumsily in my tiny claws. Now, however, it feels like an extension of my very body. My mind is brimming with the possibilities of what I might craft next. Your growth is unlike aught I have seen before. Such a spectacular transformation has already made you the topic of much discussion among dragonkind, and I imagine not a small amount of jealousy. See, what did I tell you to? There was no need for all that fretting and fussing. Still, if not for young Houtalong's concern, who knows if I would have ever set foot in the Churning Mists. I apologize for causing undue worry, but I pray you understand now how embarrassing it would have been if anyone saw me before I was ready. And now you are the first to behold a dragon not warped by conflict and strife, but nourished by peace and fellowship. Well, not the first, surely. Only the first in quite some time. When man and dragon lived in harmony, maturation like mine may have been more common. I think there may be something to that, Alto. If we ask around, we may just find a dragon who has stories of those halcyon days. At the very least, it would be a chance to make new friends among the clouds. I mean, her sire was around in the before times, right? Like, wasn't that part of why he was so protective of the thing from the Moogle quests? And we can start with our own present company. Or I'd be eager to hear of your life here. Me? Why, I would be delighted. Although I have seen scarcely more summers than Alto. She has regaled me with many tales of the wingless ones that build and tinker. Far from the primitive brutes I had believed they were, her stories told of an inventive and adventurous people. While I thought the stories fanciful, I now see that if anything, they weren't fanciful enough. Mayhap I too shall journey down below the clouds and live among mankind for a time, and try my claws at this crafting of yours. You would be more than welcome. Indeed, it is not what we set out to accomplish or is this not what we set out to accomplish from the onset? To bring man and dragon closer, one step at a time. I believe we are well on our way. I shall do my part by spreading the word far and wide. Surely I'm not the only dragon interested in following Alto's path.
The more the merrier. I suppose we should return with haste and tell Lord Francel to expect a few more visitors to Ishgard. Even one so level-headed as he may be caught off guard by a sudden influx of dragons. Yes, let us go and warn Ishgard of the horde of little baby dragons that are about to invade. But yeah, isn't Elto related to... still there? Maybe not. But big, grumpy dragon who was part of the quests here. Anyway. He's not here, so it doesn't matter. Let's go back to... Oh. That's sure an unfortunate place for an A rank to be. I'm gonna run away now. Although I'm level 80, so a level 60 A rank probably wouldn't be that big of an issue. But I don't feel like fighting it. Also, I don't know if there's any, like, Heavensward hunt trains. And I fear their wrath. Alright. Firmament. Also, now we get one of my favorite cosmetic changes to the firmament. It makes me so incredibly happy. Let's just head over here. Are they here yet? Nope, not yet. Soon. Welcome back, Miss Duskar. I must confess, I had my doubts when I first agreed to this arrangement, but Elto and young Houtalong here have proven more resourceful than I gave them credit for. Of course, Duskar deserves her share of the credit as well. Why are you calling me by my last name? Were it not for your tutelage, I would not have grown as I have, and in doing so finally compel my friends to come and mingle with the men and women of Ishgard. Lord Francel was most understanding when we informed him of what we had planned. He gave his word to ensure that none of the less savory elements of the city would bring harm to its new visitors. Even now, he was working to inform those with authority in Ishgard to welcome my brothers and sisters. Before long, the sight of wings in the sky will fill the hearts of men not with dread, but with elation. The industriousness of these two never fails to impress. We might do well to learn from them, eh? Agreed. I would also like to thank Houtalong. Had he not come to the Churning Mists, the idea of befriending our erstwhile nemesis may have remained naught but an idle fancy for other dragons. But thanks to his affable nature, the first spark of curiosity has been struck in their hearts. You are too kind, Elto. I, for one, can't wait to see this place alive with the sounds of dragon and man conversing in good faith. And with one endeavor having reached a satisfactory conclusion, I believe it may be time to begin another. My time spent with Elto has provided me with more than enough notes to begin my chronicles, but I must first compile and arrange them. What do you mean you forgot about Hot Dog? He's been here this entire time! Then you'd best begin sooner rather than later, lad. Once you're finished, bring it to the manufactory and I'll see about producing some illustrations to give your book a little flair. Now, isn't that a marvelous idea? You can fill the book with pictures so that even dragons who cannot read your letters can understand. Oh, what harmonious songs such a work could inspire. Songs, perhaps, that can be sung in unison. In fact, I believe I may have my title, An Ode to Unity. Man and dragon shall come to a deeper understanding, and I hope appreciation of the other by reading it. Alto is much more important. I mean, I don't disagree with you. Not bad, lad. Not bad at all. Well, then, it sounds to me like we've quite a lot of work ahead of us. I'd best get it started. Bye! Shizune, might I trouble you to assist Master Hout along in the completion of his chronicle? That is not the right voice. Whoops. Shizune, might I trouble you to assist Master Hout along in the completion of his chronicle? I can think of nary a more ambitious work. This book may prove to be the very foundation for a long-lasting peace. For my part, I shall continue making deliveries to the Churning Mists, that my brothers and sisters there might be enticed to join their brethren here. I love her tiny little hat just like sitting on her horn. Yeah. Okay. And there they are! Baby dragons just hanging out in Ishgard! And I believe... Yeah. Children talking with baby dragons and making baby dragon friends. I love that. Just imagine, like, unless something fucked up happens, someday there could be a version of Ishgard where, like, full-grown dragons are just hanging out on top of the buildings because humans and dragons are living side by side again. Maybe even these same dragons all grown up. With Alto working hand in hand with the manufactory. Houtalong has something to share with you, and he can't hold it any longer. Miss Daskar, there you are! Alto and I have been thinking of how we can repay you for all your help. After much deliberation, we decided to ask Master Arvid to help us craft a bespoke item, just for you. I hope he hasn't spoiled the surprise. When last we spoke, he said that the product was nearing completion. Perhaps he is finished by now. Oh, I do hope you like it. A present for me? What could it be? I can't wait to see. Ah, welcome. I take it you've spoken to Houtalong then. Well, here you go. Alto was most insistent. I designed this horn, just so. Blow on it, and the little dragon will fly to your side, wheresoever you may be. Although I suppose I can't call her little anymore, eh? It's only natural that as she grows, her desire to see more of the world will grow as well. That's why she wanted you to have this. Show her every corner of the civilized world and introduce her to people of all sorts. She'll need a wide breadth of knowledge if she means to paint her kin the full picture of our kind. When I first agreed to help Alto, I had no inkling I might be contributing to something much larger than myself. Whatever comes of her efforts in the end, I must say I'm honored to have played my small part in it. Thanks for giving me this opportunity, friend. Yeah! New mount. Sorry, Tank, you're getting replaced because this girl absolutely goes on the favorites. Add to favorites. Move to there. And now we'll show her the whole world and every
aspect of humanity, good and bad. Not that she needs to be exposed to more bad, but anyway. Let's go talk to Francel now. Also, want to see something funny? Look how tiny I am compared to these two. I always forget how fucking tall Ellison are. Especially these Ellison. Like, Zeb, do you play minimum height Ellison or something? Because I feel like I don't notice the height difference as much when we hang out versus me standing next to this guy. And reminder, I'm not even a short Aura. I'm like a medium height. I might actually be a bit on the tall side. Anyway. If it isn't good, Mistress Shizune. Lord Francel is hoping that you might grace us with a visit. I hear that there is a matter he wishes to discuss with you. If you do not have more pressing obligations, pray lend him your ear. Hang on. Let's switch over to Dark Knight, because that's what I played through Heavensward on. Oh, do you play a minimum height Ellison or something? Because I feel like I am noticing the height difference between me and Francel way more than I do between our characters. Your max height? I guess I just don't notice it as much. Maybe it's because it's harder to notice when you're like doing content with somebody versus standing next to a static NPC. I don't know. Anyway, hi Francel, what's up? The 5.3 quests are actually some of my favorite. I'm excited. Shizune! 'Tis always a pleasure to see you here in the firmament. You'll be pleased to hear that the district is home to an ever-growing number of thoroughly satisfied residents, thanks in no small part to your tireless efforts on our behalf. In particular, I'm proud to say that we have Lady Hilda's ideal of a place where one and all can have a roof over their head and food in their belly, provided they are willing to work hard and make enough or an honest living. Glad I could help. Seeing as things are progressing most swimmingly on that front, I have decided to turn my eye to Lord Briardian's most astute recommendation, encouraging the flow of goods and services, so as to build a thriving economy that will serve as the area's lifeblood. As such, Ogbert and his men have been hard at work putting the final touches on the ward I have dubbed Featherfall, which is to serve as the firmament's center of commerce and trade. There is but one remaining issue to resolve, namely, how we might distinguish our own marketplace from the Jeweled Crozier. After all, we hope to attract vendors and customers alike to the firmament. Or if we hope to attract vendors and customers alike to the firmament, we must offer something that they cannot already find at a more established location. After giving the matter considerable thought, it struck me. What if we were to bring in merchants from the realm over to ply their trade here? That Featherfall might be the Holy Sea's new hub of foreign trade. It is a most inspired idea, would you not say? And, if you would not disapprove, I would ask you to accompany me as our designated emissary to the 3 city-states. After all, who better to convince our esteemed guests to make the journey here to Ishgard than one of your influence and prestige? I'm not that big of a deal. And if you would not disapprove, or quite honestly, even if you would, I will be accompanying you as well. Eh? Ah. Lord Charlemagne. It is far from my place to object, but for whatever reason would the Count de Durandare wish to come along on our humble expedition? Particularly in light of your honored house's rather, shall we say, conservative views toward the expansion of foreign trade. I'll thank you not to make assumptions about the interests of my house, Lord Francel. I have always acted in what I believe to be my homeland, and I will continue to do so. Mayhap House Durandare did not give the warmest of welcomes to outsiders at the observatorium and White Brim Front.
But I assure you that we took only the necessary precautions to defend the sea from external threats at a time of war. Surely the savior of Ishgard can understand our position. Can I, though? At any rate, the war is over, and our nation has entered a new age. I'm not inclined to sit idly by as House Durandare is left behind the times. And yet, at this most vital of junctures, my son and heir remains lost at sea, and my cousins are either too young or unworldly for the task. And so it falls to me to see to matters myself. I dare say there is some merit for you as well. After all, whatever negotiations you intend to conduct, they can only be aided by the presence of the head of Ishgard's highest of high houses. I trust you have no objections. Your offer of assistance is most generous, Lord Charlemagne. I would not dream of refusing you. Of course not. We depart at once, yes? I've heard Gridania is most lovely at this time of year. Yes! My intention was always to begin our expedition at our closest neighbor. I have it on good word that an establishment there known as the Caroline Canopy would be a suitable... The Caroline Canopy it is, then. Do take care not to lag behind, yes? Lord Charlemagne, wait! While I understand that Lord Francel has only the happiness and well-being of our residents in mind, sometimes I cannot help but fear he is exerting himself overmuch. In that sense, I am most thankful for your tireless support of his cause. Retro, is he risking burnout? That's not good. You gotta take care of yourself, guys. Overworking is bad for you. Even if what you're doing is for a good cause, it's okay to ask for help. There will be people who are willing to help you. So this is Gridania. The tomes fail to mention how disagreeably dank it is. Yeah, you live someplace where the air hurts my face, so I don't want to hear it from you. So this is Gridania. Why, it is even more verdant and lush than I had imagined. Humph, a danker, gloomier city I can scarce imagine. I am glad I do not live here. And yet, this nation is home to a great number of our own kind. Convincing an Ellison trader or two to come to Ishgard will be done in less than the time it takes for an afternoon tea. To start, I will enlist the services of one of the locals. Feel free to come along, Lord Francel. Mayhap you'll learn something. Yeah, so I hate to tell you, buddy, but, the second place prize for most xenophobic people in this game does in fact go to, well, actually it probably goes to Hingashi. Actually, Hingashi probably takes first place, then Ishgard, then Gridania. Or Ishgard and Gridania might be tied. I don't know. But people here don't like outsiders and aren't going to care that you're an Ellison. No, wait, Lord Charlemagne. Oh dear, Shizune. This is precisely what I was afraid of. I did some research before our departure. No doubt this is common knowledge to you, but I read that Gridanians are reserved types who do not warm easily to outsiders. Yeah, that. Or perhaps not to the degree of our own people. Your own people weren't that welcoming to outsiders either. I fear the Count, for all his good intentions, might sour the local populace on our offer before we can even make it. Come, we must stop him. Yep. What's the point of bringing somebody who's familiar with the locals if you're not gonna ask them for advice and input and stuff? There he is. Please don't cause an international incident. Intercity state incident? Hmm? Who are you? What business have you here? Phew. Fortunately, it would seem he has yet to engage the townspeople. You there. I am looking to speak with one of your nation's most prominent traders. Tell me where I might find such a person, and be quick about it. I'm a busy man. Hmm? I'm not in the habit of entertaining outsiders. Rude, arrogant ones, least of all. Bugger off and do it yourself. Yeah, you deserved that. What? Why the sheer gall of that woman? Remember, your position in Ishgard means fuck all to these people. With all due respect, Lord Charlemagne, we are guests in this land. Just as you and I were once wary of outsiders like good Shizune here, so too are these people wary of us. In the world outside the Holy See, our titles or the prestige of our houses will avail us no special privilege. Mayhap it would behoove us to conduct our affairs with a measure of humility. But I fear we have already aroused the suspicion of the townspeople. Let us try our luck at another location. Mayhap one of the guilds for which this place is so well known. Humph, a guild, you say? Very well. Let us stop blithering and be off. Oh, please don't piss off Jiva. I'm begging you. Zeb's a stalker. If I recall, the Leatherworkers Guild is in the part of town known as Old Gridania. Would that be correct, Shizune? If you know the way to this guild, let us be off already, yes? The sooner we can take our leave of this place, the better, I say. I'll take leave of you. Oh, is that why you were stalking me? Okay, fair enough. Oh, wait. What? You said Leatherworkers Guild. Oh, wait for passers-by outside the Leatherworkers Guild. This is a bit more than just outside the Leatherworkers Guild. Okay, let's compare that height. Hang on. Okay, yeah, I am itty-bitty compared to you. Fair enough. I'd be soon. I can go get dinner, because it wasn't ready in time before my stream. Oh, wait, I probably shouldn't have started this so close to the ads. Fuck. Hey, that's the original, Gridania theme from 1.0. I guess I'll have to snooze this, because I fucked up. Yes, this place seems rather lively. No doubt we can find someone willing to assist us here. I beg your pardon, my esteemed sir. I am a humble visitor from Ishgard, and I was wondering if I might trouble you with a question or two. Hmm? What's that now? Wait, can it be Lord Francel? Ha! It is you! Whatever brings you to the Twelveswood? What? Pray forgive me. I do not believe I have had the pleasure... You wouldn't know me, but I sure know you. During the war, I applied my trade as a sellsword at Camp Dragonhead. You often came to dine at Lord Horshafont's invitation, yes? Why, that I did. Lord Horshafont was a most benevolent man. There were few things he enjoyed more than sharing a good meal in the company of his friends and his men alike. Aye, and I was one of them. I fondly remember the times I sat at his table, sharing in his meat and mead, in the warmth of his hall and his company. For a moment, you could forget the bitter cold outside. It's a memory that stayed with me to this day, long after I returned to Gridania and hung up my blade. Lord Horshafont was a great man. I had hoped to return to Ishgard one day to visit him. But then the news of his tragic passing arrived. Even now, I find it hard to believe he's gone. I as well, my friend. Not a day goes by that I do not think of him, and the kindness he showed me in the darkest of days. And though I will never or forever mourn his passing, I take solace in knowing that that his sacrifice was not for naught. For because of those like him and Shizune here, the war is at long last over, and our nation welcomes a new age of enlightenment and restoration. So it is that we come here to fair Gridania, in hopes of establishing trade that will benefit both our nations. Might you perhaps know of any merchants or traders who might be interested in exploring such a possibility? Do I ever? And nothing would please me more than to be able to return the kindness that your countrymen showed me. It just so happens that I do work for Black Rabbit Traders these days. Perhaps you've heard of them? My Senta's in charge there, and she's always looking for promising new business partners. Just wait here, I'll bring her right over. My good man, it is as if the gods themselves sent you to us. If she does not mind the imposition, I would be honored to meet this lady, my Senta. I had known that Lord Horshaphant was undiscerning in the company he kept, but to think that it would be to the benefit of our nation. Yeah, wild. When you're nice to people, they're nice to you. Isn't that crazy? I trust you've met this lady my Senta, Shizune. Do you suppose she'll be receptive to our offer? I think you're going to be in good hands. So you're the guest from Ishgard I've heard so much about. I am my Senta of Black Rabbit Traders fame. I hear you have a business proposition for me. It is a pleasure and an honor both to make your acquaintance, Lady my Senta. I am Francer de Helena, and I have the privilege of overseeing the reconstruction of our fair city, a task which includes building a thriving economy. To that end, I wish to invite the realm's preeminent trading concerns to establish outposts in our new commercial district. If it please you, will you not consider bringing your operations to Ishgard? I mean, we know Rowena's already got a foothold there. I'd heard that your Ishgardians opened your borders, but quite frankly, I wasn't expecting to receive such an eager and enthusiastic proposition. And it's an interesting one, I'll grant you that. Still, as much as I'd like to be of aid, I run a business here, not a charity. And so I'm forced to ask, why should I expand to Ishgard? What do you offer that other places do not? A well-founded concern, of course. Be assured that our nation offers businesses in many opportunities. For example, immediate access to the finest Ishgardian wares. Ishgardian nobles are notorious spendthrifts. Picture it now. The homunculi pour the holy sea. That one! Picture it now. The homunculi pour the holy sea. I know the way to her heart. Well, aren't you a shrewd one? Yes, I have no doubt that the mellifluous musical stylings of Gridania's preeminent band of troubadours would serve to lift the spirits. So ad break. Okay, I'm gonna pause it there and I'm gonna go get some food. I will be right back. And I will see you guys in like 3 minutes.
All right, I'm back. And I have food. Yummy, yummy food. Mm. Oh, that's good. And we're back from ads. All right. Well, aren't you a shrewd one? Yes, I have no doubt that the mellifluous musical stylings of Gridania's preeminent band of troubadours would serve to lift the spirits of our Ishgardian friends in the aftermath of the war, and loosen the strings of their coin purses in the process. All right, Shizune here's convinced me. The Black Rabbit will come to Ishgard. Oh, thank you, Lady Mycenta. You do us a kindness that we will not soon forget. You can spare me the flowery words. I'm only looking out for my own business interests, as I trust you are as well, no? In any event, I'd best be going. We'll have to take a full inventory to determine which of our fine goods to bring north. As they say, the traders do not smile on those who tarry. Oh, thank you ever so much, my friend. Could never have done this without you. Lady Mycenta's question was only to be expected, yet I found myself at a loss. Your impeccable knowledge of the realm and calmness under pressure have served us well once more. You have succeeded here despite the involvement of houses Hallionart and Portam, not because of it. The citizens of this sultanate are far more discerning, but fear not. I will show you how negotiations among the upper crust are truly done. Right. Worry not. Once they know who I am, our negotiations are all but ensured to succeed. Hang on, let me paint you guys a picture real quick. Imagine Charlemagne, dead there and there, at the negotiation table with one Godbert Mandeville. It would be glorious. I would pay extra sub money to see that happen. Like, the things I would do to see the super hoity-toity Ishgardian types have to deal with Godbert just sitting there full, like, crafter's chest, otherwise in his underwear, goldsmith hammer by his side, Julianne off in the shadows. Because remember, Godbert is part of the Syndicate. He is a member of the, like, co-ruling body, if you want to view the whole, like, Syndicate versus the Sultanate situation in Ul'dah that way. Godbert is part of the ruling body of Ul'dah. They wouldn't be able to handle him? No, they wouldn't. It'd be incredibly funny. Honestly, maybe that's why Godbert runs around in his underwear. It's a power move. Throws the people he's negotiating with off balance. Our sojourn in Gridania has been most fruitful, but it is time we take to the road again. I hear that they call Ul'dah the jewel of the desert, and that it is a bustling center of trade and commerce. I can scarce wait to see what opportunities await us there. I have it on good account that the Sultanate is an affluent and cultured nation, with a populace that places due importance on status and lineage. Unlike the rabble here, its people will no doubt afford me the respect I deserve. Oh, buddy. According to my research, the market district of Ul'dah is centered around a location known as the Ruby Road Exchange. I propose that we make our first destination. As you may know, the exchange has quite a long and storied history.
It is also conveniently located just a stone's throw from the airship landing, where we are to touch down. Yes, yes. Let us be off already. I am like to fall asleep if I stand around here any longer listening to your ramblings. Also, I'm sitting here wondering, would I have been able to reference the homunculi if I hadn't done the Moogle quests? Because I don't remember if they pop up anywhere else. Definitely not in MSQ. If that is like a unique thing for having done the Moogle quests, that's neat. I like that. Side content rewarding you for doing other side content. By the Fury, but this heat is absolutely unbearable. Yeah, you're a little overdressed. It's also very funny doing these quests while it's still hatching tide. Whoops. Why, I've never seen such a spectacular array of exotic goods and crafts. Do those girls dressed only in their undergarments know no shame? And the uncouth lot gawping at them that are no better. I was led to believe this was a cultured society. It is, that's their culture. The array of wares is respectable, I'll allow, but I have no interest in dealing with threadbare peddlers. Let us find ourselves a trader with a proper pedigree. How in the Fury's name do people survive in this trifling heat by not wearing a winter coat? I shall go and secure our business partner post-haste, the sooner to take my leave of this blasted desert. You two may wait for me in an alehouse or the like, but do not make yourselves overly comfortable. It will not take long. For you to insult somebody, I bet. Oh dear, there he goes again. I'm loath to trouble you once more, Shizune, but would you be so kind as to go after him? Without your presence, I fear that he may less than endear himself to the locals, not unlike in Gridania. Or he might get his purse cut. Having lived my entire life in Ishgard, I am painfully aware of my own limitations when it comes to interacting with those who share a different cultural background. I fear that the Count de Durender has, shall we say, not yet come to this realization. I believe he ran off in the direction of Emerald Avenue, was it? I shall head to the quicksand in the meantime and see what news I might glean there. I just noticed, look at the cute little chickies on the wall. Okay. Whoop. Surely one of these fools will be able to provide me with useful information. Oh. Okay, better. Got a little chicken stuck in my throat. You there. You know something of these parts, yes? I seek to do business with a trader possessed of a reputation worthy of my great house. You will introduce one to me at once. Oh, buddy, not Wymond. Aye, I'd be more than pleased to, friend. And pray tell, how much is this introduction worth to you? Worth? You would demand payment for your piddling knowledge? Heh, you don't know how things work round here, do you, old man? In Ulda, information's a commodity like any other, and a bloke only gets as much as he's willing to pay for it. Clearly, the knowledge I've got is worth something to you, else you wouldn't be standing here before me. So, we return to the question. How heavy is your coin purse feeling today? Hey, Wymond. Allow me to handle this old girl. Huh? speaking of people handling people. Well met, my friend. How do you like fare this fine day? If it ain't my favorite Ishgardian, come to pickle Wyman's brain about the latest happenings here in the Sultanate. Of course, I'm happy to oblige, in exchange for whispers you've heard round the Holy See. Any other day I would gladly trade rumors with you. Today, however, I meant only to offer a word of warning. That man is none other than the lord of the highest of our high houses. He breathes political intrigue and sups upon machination. And believe me when I say you do not wish him. But don't take my word for it. Just ask our friend Shizune. Hi! Sup, Wyman? 7 hells! On second thought, don't bother taking out your coin purse. Whatever you're offering, it's more than clear it ain't worth the trouble. And now, if you don't mind, I have more pressing matters to attend to. A wise decision, if I do say so myself. And worry not, I shall return before long with the rumors from the Holy See you so desire. Till next time, my friend. Never ask for directions from an information broker. Fancy meeting you here, old girl. I would have never expected to find you in the company of the illustrious Count de Durender. Whatever is the occasion. Hi, we're trying to orchestrate trade. Humph. I might ask you the same. Does the philandering son of House Fortemps intend to upstage his betters? Why, Lord Charlemagne, you wound me. Rest assured that I meant only to spare you from the potentially inexpedient encounter. Purveyors of information in these parts are inevitably sharper than they let on. If they judge you to be less than knowledgeable about your surroundings, they will not hesitate to take advantage. Humph. If I needed the help of a self-indulgent stripling, I'd have asked for it. But I must ask, old girl, what brings you to the jewel of the desert with the good count at your side? What manner of information, pray tell, were you hoping to glean from our friend Wymond? Lord Francel is looking to stimulate commerce and trade in the firmament? Oh, why didn't you come to me sooner? Do you think so little of your comrade, Emmanuel? Allow me to explain. My dear brother suggested that I might employ my considerable skill in mingling amongst the upper crust and up to more, shall we say, productive ends. After all, social gatherings are a prime opportunity for overhearing choice tidbits of rumor and gossip. Remember the time we bumped into each other at the ball in Ulda? Oh, but I could regale you for hours with all the juicy tales I picked up on that particular excursion. And hours more about the fine ladies I encountered, but that is neither here nor there. The point being that I have acquainted myself with no small end of prestigious merchants and traders, including many who I believe would be most amenable to the idea of expanding their operations to Ishgard. I dare say that more than a few of them have most fetching daughters as well. At any rate, you need trouble yourself no further. I will reach out to the parties in question and make the necessary arrangements. In return, I ask only that you convince Lord Francel to put in a good word with the lovely Lady Laniette on my behalf. A fair enough exchange, is it not? I can ask. Worry not, Mr. Staskar. I will see to it that my lord remains focused on the task at hand and does not let his emotions lead him to enter into any potentially disadvantageous agreements. We shall be in touch at a later juncture. Thanks, Anwa. Keep him out of trouble, okay? Till next time, old girl. I do believe there is a banquet I should be attending. That was bad timing for me to shove food in my face. Whoop. I suppose even foppery can serve a purpose on rare occasions. Though, needless to say, I could have handled the negotiations just as well without that fool's meddling. Could you, though? On the bright side, we can at long last take our leave of this blasted desert. Lord Francel was at some tavern called the Quicksand, yes? Let us tell him the deed is done and be on our way. And now we get to go to Limsa. Do you guys? I'm so excited to bring Charlemagne to Limsa of all places. Remember last night when I was all disappointed that we couldn't bring, oh, what's his name? The guy from the, Astrologians Guild. Naked cat girls? No. No. Yesterday I was very disappointed that we couldn't bring, oh wait, I don't have to teleport or anywhere. I can just journal. Class and jobs. Whoops, no. Magic job quests. Here we go. Jen Equinard, that's his name. Yesterday when we were doing the Astrologian quests, Astrologian quests, we went to Limsa, and it happened to be one of the times when Jen Equinard skipped Astrologian lessons, and I'm just like, oh man, it's such a shame. He almost met Carvalane. Another den of riffraff and reprobates. Still, coming to a place like this, I can't help but look around for signs of my boy. It's been 20 years since he vanished, with nary a trace, ambushed by pirates on a voyage around the realm. From time to time, rumors reach my ears that he's rotting in a jail somewhere, that someone resembling him has been sighted making the rounds in Limsa. For my part, I fear the boy is long dead. After all, if he were alive, why would he not return home? Welcome back, Shizune, and Lord Charlemagne. May I ask if your negotiations bore fruit? I mean, they bore something. Lord Amanalaine came to your aid, you say? Splendid! His knack for befriending influential personages never ceases to amaze me. I get to deliver the message. Excellent. Oh yes, let's do it. He asked if he could put in a good word with Lady Laniet. I see. I was about to comment on how impressed I was that he was putting his natural proclivities to use for such a worthwhile cause, but I see his motivations are the same as ever. That said, his consistency is admirable. At any rate, it is clear that he has done us a great service today. And with the ever-diligent young Enroi at his side to keep him honest, I dare say we have little to worry about. I must thank you, too, for your efforts, Lord Charlemagne. If you had not thought to flag down that information monger, we might still be searching aimlessly in the streets. I most humbly ask that you lend your prodigious skill to us at our next destination as well. Do you not agree, Shizune? Drunkards and ruffians, the lot of them. Rumors be damned, how anyone could even imply that my son might be found among them is beyond me. I still remember the sparkle in his eye the day he told me he meant to leave the sea on a journey around the... I would thank you to leave me alone with my thoughts for a while. You guys know who his son is, right? If not, you're about to find out. Are you ready to take the road again, Shizune? Our final destination awaits us. Limsa Lominsa. Humph, if we must. Though if you truly expect to find a reliable trading partner in that den of pirates and ruffians, you're even more of a fool than I thought. Believe me, Lord Charlemagne, when I say that I bear no love for barbarous outlaws. That said, by all accounts, things have changed much in the years since Admiral... Why do I always struggle with that word? Admiral Blofiswin rose to power. Why the fuck do I have an easier time pronouncing a Rogadin's name than I do her title? I've spoken of my son's disappearance to you in the past, have I not? If by chance you have forgotten, it was those accursed pirates who took him from me, and for that I will never forgive them. It was 20 long years ago. He was a boy of great promise, possessed of a curious mind and a burning desire to see the world. Then a murderous band of sea reavers raided his vessel, and just like that, he was gone. To this day, the rumors reach my ears that he rots in a jail deep beneath the city, or that someone resembling him has been seen wandering the streets. As his father, I want to believe he still lives somewhere. But there is only so long a man can... What I mean to say is, I would not trust a pirate half as far as I could throw him. They are the scourge of our realm and my house, and I will have nothing to do with them. You have my most heartfelt sympathies for the loss of your son, Lord Charlemagne. By no means do I wish to open old wounds and stir up painful memories. Pray return to Ishgard ahead of us. Shizune and I will handle matters from here. No, I will accompany you. Regardless of what happened, nay, precisely because of it, I will not shirk my duty as Lord of House Durandar. I will march into that wretched hive of murder and villainy, and seize from it a new age of prosperity from my house as due retribution for all they have taken from me. If it is what you wish, my lord, let us be on our way. My preliminary research has led me to conclude that the area known as Bulwark Hall, a stone's throw from the airship landing, would make for a suitable place to commence our efforts. I could just arrange a meeting between you and the pirate captain in charge of the spice trade. Real talk, I do feel a little bad for him. Like, I get why Carvalane does not want his father to know, or anybody in his family, because he's happy with his life as a pirate, and he knows if they found out, they'd try to drag him back. But I also think that Charlemagne has a right to know that his son is alive and thriving. He might take issue with totally not his future daughter-in-law, but, you know. So this is Limsa Lominsa. Why, it is even livelier than I imagined. Yeah, the degenerates will do that to you. Also the pirates and rogues and everything else that's here. Fury, take me. How can all these people abide that god's awful stench of salt and brine in the air? I don't know, how do you abide by the cold and miserable weather in Ishgard? Let us conclude our business swiftly and take our leave of this place. Lord Francel, I trust that your research has enlightened you as to where we might find a suitable trading partner. Indeed it has, Lord Charlemagne. I have read that all goods incoming and outgoing must pass inspection at a place called Malvin's Gate. No doubt that would be a productive place to begin our inquiry. I see. Very well then, let us be off to this Malvin's Gate, or whatever the place is called. Perhaps it is but wishful thinking on my part, but would you not say Lord Charlemagne has softened some since we arrived here in Limsa? Why, he even waited for me to complete a full utterance before dashing off. Could it be that we have earned his trust? Ah. Alright, to the Arcanist Guild. Here they are. Yes? What business have you at Nailvin's Gate? So this is where they conduct inspections of all goods imported to Limsa. Most fascinating. Simply must take notes for future reference. You are employed here, yes? My companions and I hail from Ishgard, and we have come to Limsa to discuss matters of trade. Then you have most definitely come to the right place. Any inquiries you may have regarding duties, tariffs, prohibited goods, and what have you, I or one of my fellow assessors would be more than happy to enlighten you. I see. To be precise, we seek to introduce wares from our nation to from your nation to our own homeland, where we believe such items would be in demand. Might you be able to recommend to us a trader dealing in such wares? Ah, but of course. Why didn't you say so sooner, my good man? In that case, you'll be wanting to talk to one of the 3 great pirate powers here in town. Pirates? Aye, of course. Since the signing of the Galadian Accord, they're more of an officially sanctioned agency, raiding the Garleans at the Admiral's behest, taking part in honest trade and the like. They're privateers, basically. At least that much can be said of the sanguine sirens and the krakens. The bloody executioners are a whole nother matter, so I'd recommend you limit any dealing and negotiation you feel like partaking into the former 2. I reckon the sanguine sirens would be as good a start as any, as they're known to be a bit more welcoming to outsiders like yourselves. You'll find them over in this tavern known as the Missing Member, if you're up for a parley. Yes, I do believe I've heard enough. Thank you for your time. Good day. I can scarce believe it has come to this, but I suppose we have no recourse. Well, Lord Francel, I trust he's Missing Member. If he doesn't, I do. I don't remember. Does she notice a family resemblance? Should you cut yourself a deal, don't forget to report all your imports and exports to Nailvin's Gate. Otherwise, we'll came what's due in one way or another. What is the closest? Oh, right. The Abt Castle is going to be the closest. This is my first time visiting an actual den of pirates. I must confess, I am rather excited and intimidated by it all. Everyone is here, yes? Then let us be on our way. Yeah. But fury, why, it's a veritable haven of pirate wenches. Why do you think it's called the Missing Member? But I will not back down from this challenge. Watch closely, Lord Francel, and let me show you how a deal is made. Greetings, and welcome to the Missing Member. Do you have a reservation, sir? I do not. I have come from Ishgard to discuss matters of trade with the captain of the esteemed Sanguine Sirens, and I was told I might find her here. You were you? Why, yes. I suppose you might. Make yourself comfortable, and I'll let the captain know that she's got a new visitor.
I helped you get with your boyfriend. Don't give me that.
The ales you want, Drylanders. Stay's quick, and you'd best hope it's worth my while, else me sirens will see you gutted and sleeping with the fishes before you knew what cupped ya. Raise your hand, my lady. I meant only to consult with you on a potential business proposition that might prove mutually beneficial. I hail from the nation of Ishgard, and I do believe that your fine wares would be most highly sought after in our nation. Ishgard? You must be daft to think any pirate in her right mind would have even a half mind to set one foot in some bleeding snow-swept wasteland at the edge of the world. You must have me confused with that puffy-shirted captain of the Krakens, or someone else who's got more swagger than sense. Now get out of my sight before I cut your blabbing tongue and toss it into tonight's stew.
Speaking of the captain of the Krakens, hey, Roswin, do you notice anything familiar about this guy?
A thousand pardons, my lady. I shall take my leave anon and seek out these Krakens of whom you speak. I thank you for your kindness and wish you and your sirens all the... I said, get out of my... Wait a minute. Why does that self-righteous face of yours seem so bloody familiar?
There we go. Hi, Timmy. What's up?
Bah, never mind. I've bigger fish to gut. Now begone from here, or you'll be joining them. If I were you, I'd be taking her advice to heart. You'll find the Krakens at the 7th Sage, just past here and beyond the Drowning Wench. I do hope your parley there proves more fruitful.
Don't worry. I'm sure it will be. Oh, right. There's like... Oh, no. I guess this one's kind of closer. Teehee. Hi, Carvalane, what's up? I dare say our voyage to the Far East was one of my most profitable yet. We had the good fortune to meet with many vessels on the way back, all of which were eager to trade. And with such generous terms, I might add. You pillaged a bunch of Garlean ships, got it. Considering his son's tragic disappearance at sea, one can only imagine the complex emotions the Count must be feeling. Let us tread lightly, my friend. Welcome to the 7th Sage. Would you care to peruse our diverse array of exotic herbs and spices? Pardon me, my good lady. I am Charlemagne of House Durandare, and I have traveled to your fair nation from Ishgard. Might you or any of your colleagues perchance be interested in selling your fine spices in my homeland? I can assure you, many of my countrymen would be willing to pay a handsome price for them. Durandare, did you say? My sincere apologies, good sir, but in accordance with,
company policy, we are not entering into partnerships with parties from the Holy See at this time. No parties from the Holy See? What insular, closed-minded nonsense is... What I mean to say is, we are prepared to make the arrangement most appetizing to you. As appetizing as salted harbor herring, one might say. To wit, our astrologians have devised a method to accurately gauge one's present location and bearing regardless of the season, a technique which I do believe would be most beneficial to esteemed privateers such as yourselves. To think the old man would be willing to reveal a treasured house secret to outsiders. Dastardly, despicable pirates, no less. Perhaps there's hope for Ishgard yet. Pray excuse me for a moment. Captain? Why, yes. Worry not. I was about to bid our guest farewell, as per your explicit orders not to... What's that? Are you certain? I see. I'll convey the message then. Forgive me my hasty decision. Ahem. The captain says he will entertain your proposition, but on one condition. He will only speak to the adventurer here. I see. In that case, I have little choice. Shizune, was it?
How have you not learned my name? I fucking saved your city.
I've done little to deserve your charity. I would ask you this one favor. Might I entrust the negotiations to you?
Yeah, sure.
Very well then. If you had come this way... Captain Carvalane of the Krakens awaits you atop the stairs. One more thing. You are by no means to speak his name, nor describe his face to anyone from Ishgard, or he will personally have you keyhauled. No hard feelings, of course.
I mean, he can try.
I know not what you have done to earn a pirate captain's trust, but in this rarest of cases, I'm most thankful for it. I place my full trust in you, Shizune. May the negotiations be a success.
Yeah, I mean, I kill himself in a fight, just not against me. Hi, Carvalane. Also, I realized, is it Carvalane or Carvalane? Because it has a double L.
My associate has apprised me of the situation. So, this delegation from the sea wishes to establish trade relations with us, do they? The Ishgardians, consumed only with their petty war, living out their days in that gloomy, frigid land devoid of passion or imagination. Just thinking back to my dreary days in that miserable place is enough to make me ill. But with the war's end, it would appear that a new wind blows in my homeland.
Carvana? No! He doesn't deserve that.
While I am not so naive to assume that they have left their past entirely behind, I will trust that the sea's desire to change, as well as that of the man who has become to me on their behalf, is sincere. Anything to keep that most fearsome Lalafellan acquaintance of yours from making things difficult for me.
Chitara's not that bad, Carvalane. Oh, is that what you were referencing? I thought you were referencing Carvana, like the car rental place.
Gerald, the document.
Gerald?
This here is an agreement consenting to the formal commencement of trade between the Krakens and House Durandare of Ishgard. It is in Gerald's name, and marked with our official seal to authorize the transaction. I would appreciate it if you could deliver this to Count de Durandare on my behalf.
Carvana, not Carvana. Yeah, exactly.
Are you quite sure about this, Captain? Let us be thankful that for that adventurer showing up when she did. If that man had forced his way into my office, I shudder to think what might have ensued. Strange, though. For long years, the mere sight of the man's face filled me with loathing. But seeing it again now, I feel only this odd sense of nostalgia. And yet, I dare not entertain the thought of doing anything more. It would only serve to undo all I have accomplished. No, I have no mind to give up my freedom for whatever I might gain in its place. Yes, this will do.
Okay, but maybe someday, preferably before your dad dies, you might want to let him know you're alive. Because for all you know, your dad would have set sights on you and cried because he's happy to see you. And maybe we can get him to the point someday where that reunion might not result in him trying to drag you back to Ishgard. Leave you alone. Have the, let the Krakens be a trading partner. You know, a new family business, as it were. Like, if he could openly interact with House Durandare, with them knowing who he is, imagine what they could accomplish with, like, a high house partnered with a pirate crew turned trade company, which is basically the direction that the Krakens are going in post-war. I guess Endwalker spoilers, but yeah.
Dare I ask how you fared in there, Shizune?
It was fine. The captain and I are bros.
Well, do you have anything to show for your efforts?
Here you go. Signed by Gerald and bearing the official seal of the Krakens. This contract officially authorizes trade with the House Durandare of Ishgard.
Why, this is more than I dared to hope we would achieve. However, did you manage this? He chose to believe in Ishgard's future. He did. Pirate or no, this man clearly has done his research on our great nation, and I commend him for his wisdom and prescience. At any rate, I have finally accomplished that which I sought to here in Eorzea, and can finally return to Ishgard in triumph, as befitting the lord of the highest of houses.
Eorzea, he says, as if he isn't also Eorzean, as if Ishgard isn't a city-state in Eorzea.
I am in your debt, Lord Charlemagne, and you, Shizune. With this, the day that the finest goods from the realm over are traded freely in the markets of Featherfall is all but upon us.
Yay!
To think that a pirate captain of all people would be the first person in these lands to see the merits of doing business with the illustrious House Durandare.
Nope, he's still saying the same thing. Okay. Is it still nepotism if it's the parent benefiting from being related to the child? Reverse nepotism? I'm pretty sure, Charlemagne, that you... Not that I'm allowed to tell you this, but that you are benefiting from, like, reverse nepotism.
Francel is ready to make a triumphant return home. Shizune, Lord Charlemagne, I must thank you once more for accompanying me on this journey. Owing to your tireless efforts, our mission has succeeded beyond my loftiest expectations. And you expected any less of me? At any rate, I do believe it is past time that we return home. There are preparations that must be seen to, yes? But of course, speaking of which, I have been giving considerable thought as to how we might best organize our new commercial district. To that end, I would be most grateful if the two of you would visit the location and share your thoughts upon our return. My time is valuable, as you might imagine. I suppose I can spare a moment or two to lend my expertise. It is most appreciated, my lord. In that case, let us each attend to any unresolved matters we may have here, then reconvene back in the firmament at our earliest opportunity. Travel in safety, my friends. Okay, bye. Back to Ishgard. Here we go. Damn it! I always go to the Aetheryte. Ah, Shizune, we've been waiting for you. Tis but a short walk from here to the Featherfall Commercial District. Allow me to show you the way. I must give credit where credit is due, Lord Francel. This place is almost beginning to look halfway habitable. Francel! We were wondering if you'd ever come home. Eh? It's all his siblings! My brothers! And you too, sister! How wonderful it is to see you all again. Oh, but you simply must hear the news. Every now and then I forget that Stephanivian and Francel are brothers. Arvale and Francrino appraised us just now. Why, if even half of what we have heard is true, it would appear your excursion abroad has proved most fruitful. And this off the back of the Diadem's designation as the official gathering grounds for the rest. Without you to extol its potential to our leaders, I doubt we would have received the necessary approval and funding. You do Ishgard a great service, Francel. As your sister, I could not be more proud. My dearest siblings, you flatter me overmuch. Why, I could not have hoped to accomplish even a fraction of this without the expertise and influence of my esteemed companions. Of that, I have no doubt, Mr. Statskar. As you so selflessly served Ishgard during the war, you continue to go above and beyond in this era of peace. I have not the words to express my gratitude. I'm happy to help. And my most honorable Lord Charlemagne, pray accept my humble gratitude for accompanying my impulsive little brother in his travels, and for opening his horizons with your vast experience and worldly wisdom. Yes. I can only hope the boy gains something from my presence. But Francel, we are not here simply to shower you with praise. No, we were hoping we might lend our aid in your efforts in a more tangible fashion. Indeed, after all, it would not do for the goods to flow only in one direction, while the coin flows in the other, no? Allow me to be more direct. The Sky Steel Manufactory has recently opened a new branch in Featherfall, yes? I have a mind to spend some time there myself, overseeing repair and maintenance orders, putting wares on display for potential sale to buyers from the realm over, and so on and so forth. Meanwhile, Arvale and I have discussed the matter at length, and we suspect that traders from far-off lands might show quite an interest in the abundant natural resources harvested from the diadem in the Sea of Clouds. I have no words. Your assistance in the reconstruction effort would mean the world to me. Sons and daughters of House Helionart. Mayhap I misjudged them. Yeah, you did. Mocked and branded as heretics by the highborn and the common folk alike. Forced to suffer the loss of kin, friends, and loyal followers alike over years of bloody war. Still, they forge ahead to build a brighter future for our nation. For so long, I thought them too earnest and agreeable for their own good. But perhaps that artless hope and enthusiasm is precisely what Ishgard needs in this new age. I agree. Would that my own son could be here as well. That he, too, could be among those leading the effort to transform our society for the generations to come. Strange, is it not? Somehow, I am more certain than ever that he is alive somewhere in this world, and doing great things in his own right. Mayhap one day he will return to me, and mayhap not. Either way, the decision is his, and his alone to make. For so long, I clung to the past, fearing that there was no place for me in this new age of openness, enlightenment, and change. But the truth is clear to me now. This is a new world we live in, and we must all adapt or be left behind. It will not be easy, but it will be worth it, and the passionate, capable young men and women around me will show me the way. My sincere apologies, Shizune, Lord Charlemagne. It seems my siblings and I got somewhat carried away in conversation. If you are ready, it would be my pleasure to escort you to Featherfall. Man, these quests are so nice. I love them. Look at them! So that's the guy who helped us out. And... oh, this is the... right, from Limsa. Oh, buddy, I'm so sorry. Oh, he's so cold. Yeah, this place is a little different from Ul'dah, huh? So this is Featherfall. I must say, it has a certain charm about it. Shizune, Lord Charlemagne, over here. I did not imagine that your preparations were proceeding so briskly, Lord Francel. One might wonder if they are not proceeding too hastily. Yet at the same time, one cannot help but be impressed. You are too kind, my lord. I am pleased to say that the Featherfalls markets are nigh ready to open. Truly, we could not have accomplished this without you. Nor you, Shizune. Nor my dear siblings, my associates, and all in Ishgard and the Three Nations, who have expended efforts on our behalf. Without all of you, my loftiest dreams to rebuild the firmament would have gone for naught. Thank you, my friends. I will not forget your kindness and generosity for the rest of my days. Nay, 'tis I who owes you thanks, Lord Francel. Traveling with you has done much to open my eyes. I am not too prideful to admit it. If I hope to lead House Starndare into a new age of prosperity, there is much I must yet learn about the world outside of Ishgard, a world to which I have been blind for far too long. In return for helping me to learn this lesson, allow me to offer you some parting advice. You have accomplished much here already, but do not rest on your laurels, for the greatest challenges are yet to come. Thank you, my lord. Pray rest assured that I have no intention of shirking my duties. As more and more people flock to the firmament to hawk their wares and ply their trades, my ability to manage affairs here will be tested like never before. They will, and I suspect you are up to the task. Still, should you ever find yourself over your head, do not hesitate to call upon House Starndare. And with that, I should be off. Shizune, might you have a moment to spare afterwards? There is a matter on which I would seek your counsel. I too should be getting back to the many tasks at hand. Till we meet again, my friends. I actually would not have minded if the lad had remained with us a while longer, but all well. In any event, the matter I would discuss with you concerns the broom. If you are not otherwise occupied, should very much like to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, now we can unlock him as a custom deliveries client.
And then we have the rest of these side quests. But I'm gonna wait until after the ad break, because every now and then I am in fact a smart cookie. And there it goes. All right. Hi, Twitch subscribers. Hi, YouTube. What's up? Now, what quests do we have? Calling out adventures, Gaily Cat stuff, fashionable friendship, which looks like it is related to the orphans. All right, so we've got unlocking Charlemagne. Oh, I say chains, but we'll see how many quests they actually are. Anyway. Oh, I'm so excited. Charlemagne's quests are actually really sweet.
All right, and welcome back from the ads, everyone. All right. What's up, Charlemagne? The broom lifts. Count Charlemagne de Durandare would petition you for your aid in realizing his bold vision for the future of Ishgard. I thank you for entertaining my request. There is another who I believe would be keen to hear what you have to say. He shall be arriving anon. Yeah? Ooh. Also, welcome back from ads, everybody. Jizune, the Count mentioned there was someone he wished to introduce me to, but I did not expect it to be you. Tell me, how have you fared since last we met? I've been doing good. You know, almost had my soul shattered and destroyed and stopped an apocalypse. You know, the usual. Mayhap I should have surmised that the two of you were already acquainted. Shizune accompanied Lord Francel and I on our trade delegation to the Three Nations, which I dare say would not have been nearly as successful as it was without her insight. Since returning home, I have been pondering many a matter. Long has House Durandare stood at the fore and done its sworn duty to protect our countrymen from heretics and the Horde. But Ishgard now enters a new era. In these changing times, how must House Durandare adapt to best serve our fair nation? This is the question that most occupies my thoughts of late. As our nation turns its eyes to the outside world, I would once more look within. House Durandare shall see that our nation thrives as never before, and every Ishgardian is able to reap the benefits of peace and prosperity. I'm not sure what to say, my lord. Clearly, your journey has had quite an effect on you. Needless to say, I wholeheartedly agree with your noble aim, and promise to offer what aid is in my power to offer. My knights, as well, are searching for ways in which they might serve the people, now that their blades are no longer needed. Should you lack for manpower, you need but say the word. Very good. I would first task them with carrying out some long overdue restorations in the Broom, which unfortunately remains in a most sorry state. It will not suffice to physically rebuild the city. No, for our citizens to truly prosper, we will need a steady flow of goods and services. A healthy economy is the lifeblood of any nation, after all. To that end, I also intend to put House Durandare's fleet of airships to use in shuttling materials to and from far-off lands. You rode one of our vessels yourself when you aided us in reclaiming the Stone Vigil, did you not? You will forever have my gratitude for your efforts that day. In any event, we will have need of pilots and machinists, and in far greater numbers than we have now. There are many here who would benefit from learning a trade by which they might earn their keep. We will recruit these individuals and train them to the best of our ability. For this, I would enlist the services of a knowledgeable and patient instructor. Mayhap there is someone you could recommend, Lord Drillamont? Why, yes, I do believe I know just the man. He knows our airships inside and out, and has an admirable passion for sharing his craft with those around him. He is battle-tested as well. He was the very pilot who served to help us reclaim the Stone Vigil, after all. His name is Sestivald, and do not let his youth fool you. He is as knowledgeable and reliable as many men twice his age. That said, there is a rub. I have seen neither hide nor hair of him since the war ended. He suffered a wound in his last battle, and I have heard rumors that he has since fallen on hard times.
Many such men eke out a living in the broom these days. It is a most unfortunate situation, and one that does not reflect well on our house or our nation. We must do right by these brave souls, and we must do it now. And so I turn to you, Shizune. Might I task you with seeking out this Sestivald and relaying my offer? I have already drawn up a contract that you might deliver it to the man. I would approach the man directly, but our recent foray to the Three Nations has convinced me that when it comes to negotiating with the common folk, you are far more capable than I. Besides, if I am to bring my plans to fruition, there is another whose aid I must petition, and with all haste. Will you do me this favor and speak with Sestivald in my stead? Sure. Then I too shall return to White Brim Front, and recruit as many knights as I can for the cause. That would be most appreciated, Lord Drillmont. Drillmont. I question everything now. Fuck Ellis and names, am I right? And with that, I will take my leave. May your meeting with Sestivald be a fruitful one. Okay. So actually the fastest way there is just to exit the firmament. What's that question for? Hang on. Oh, wait. Is this the custom delivery stuff? Also hydrate, stretch, and posture? Alright. Let me get this done first. Yes, who's asking? By the Fury, are mine eyes to be believed? A missive drafted in flowery penmanship on fine parchment, adorned with the exquisite seal of House Durandare. What's this? Count Charlemagne de Durandare would personally entreat your services as an instructor and mentor to aspiring airship pilots throughout the... Look, you may be the slayer of gods, but if this is your idea of a jest... It's not, don't worry. It is true, you say? Then of course I accept. I would be a fool not to. The Wild Lord, or the Lord of the highest of houses, and a hero such as yourself, would turn to a broken-bodied nobody, rotting his days away in the broom is beyond my comprehension. Pray allow me to say that it is a true honor to have you on my... It is a true honor to have had you on board my airship in the operation to retake the Stone Vigil. The mere memory of that triumph has carried me through even the darkest of days. At any rate, the letter goes on to state that should I accept the offer, I am to report to the site of the planned training facility, which, according to this, is to be constructed here in the Broom, at once. And I do believe I'm inclined to do just that. Might I be so bold as to ask you to accompany me? It has been a while since I consorted with nobles, and I fear I might do something to embarrass myself. Alright. head over here. And down here. Right, because the orphans aren't down here anymore. According to the letter, the site in question is just beyond here. Shall we? Papa! You must be Sestavold. On behalf of House Durandar, I thank you for entertaining my offer. Allow me to get right to the matter at hand. As you may know, Lord Foncel's efforts to bolster trade with some of the most prestigious merchants from the three nations have borne considerable fruit. As such, we have need for capable airship pilots to shuttle supplies to and fro. Lord Drillmont has spoken highly of your expertise. I would have you train the next generation of pilots who will steer Ishgard to a brighter future. It is my hope that this will also serve to provide an honest, profitable trade for a number of the unfortunate souls who call this place home. My lord, I do not know what to say. You show great mercy to this battered, broken man and give him a chance to rebuild his life in a way he never imagined. I am honored and blessed to accept your offer. For as long as I draw breath, I will serve your cause with every ounce of strength and passion that I am able to muster. This is also the matter of, there's also the matter of securing the funds necessary to operate the new facility, as well as to maintain our fleet. Lord Edmond, I trust I can count on the support of House Fortemps in this matter. That is no longer my decision to make, but I will consult with Artois, and I see no reason why he would not perceive or be receptive to your cause. When you arrived at Fortemps Manor and said you would speak with me in private, I must admit I had my doubts as to what you had in mind. But I cannot very well turn a blind eye to the unprivileged men and women of our society, can I? Not when the savior of Ishgard stands before me, ready to fight for them. That is why you brought Mr. Saskar here, is it not? You may think yourself subtle, Lord Charlemagne, but I am wise to your ways. You mean it wasn't just so that we could see each other again, Papa? After all, this is not the first time you have brought me around to your cause. Though this time, at least, I can say it is a noble one. For years, Houses Durandar and Fortemps has struggled for supremacy. But we are not so different, you and I. Is it such a terrible thing that we take advantage of each other from time to time? I think not. Besides, I cannot very well let you live a life of leisurely retirement while I remain on the front lines, fighting for men and women who have been forgotten for far too long. As members of Ishgard's most privileged class, it is our calling to lead our nation into a new era of prosperity and enlightenment. And I, for one, have no intention of shirking this duty. What, bros? If only the wealthy IRL could think this way. Give us more of these guys and less, Uldan Sultanate wannabes. He has students! Oh, look at them! And they're rebuilding! Thanks to your efforts, houses Darndare and Forton have awakened to the plight of Ishgard's poor and suffering, and restoration of the broom has begun in earnest. Well met, friend. I'm pleased to say that we've seen no end of aspiring machinists looking to apprentice here. Say, you wouldn't happen to be interested yourself, would you? I already am a machinist. What are you talking about? I'm only level 40, but... Hi, Hilda. So, the firmament, eh? It's good to see that the rebuilding's begun, but we'll see whether this Francel can do right by his lowborn. Some of ours have put down their arms and picked up building implements instead. Feels like only yesterday that we were feuding with nobles and fending off dragons. But times can change, eh? Oh. We've all got high hopes for the firmament. Hilda not least of all. Fairly champing at the bit to watch over the district she is. Cute. Alright, now... Mislaid plans. Let me double check something. Is that... the... Oh, wait. Oh, I know what this is. Never mind, we're not engaging in that right now. That can wait. I thought it was weird that we'd have the quest to help out Charlemagne here, and no. Okay. That's for Shadowbringer's relic tools, which I don't feel like dealing with right now. I haven't even done that on my main yet. I didn't want to go here. I wanted to go back to the firmament. I know where I'm going. Everything's fine. I'm on top of things. I'm a smart player. Oh. Charlemagne was 5.5. Oh, we can't start Charlemagne yet. I assumed that it would start with these quests, but I think there's other stuff I have to do before we can unlock Charlemagne as a custom delivery person. All right. Fair enough. Then let's get started on... Oh, wait, it's right there. How's Helion Soldier? A gathering of gaily cats. Why, if it isn't the savior of Ishgard, and the hero who helped us deal with that stray gaily kitten the other day. You couldn't have come at a better time. For reasons I cannot begin to imagine, one of those confounded cats is back. What's more, it appears to have brought its friends. Or so I've been told. As you might imagine, we are at something of a loss as to how to address the situation. If the tales I have heard are true, these creatures originally hailed from the Sea of Clouds, and some scholars, in fact, believe them to be a prototype or a type of void scent. I don't believe that. They're so cute. Why, it is enough to send a shiver up a man's spine. Surely you see that we simply cannot allow these baleful creatures to prowl about the firmament as they please. And so I beg of you, might you be so kind as to look into the matter and find some way to save us from this formidable fluffy menace? One of my cohorts mentioned that he saw the beast roaming just a ways down the road. And here, take this pouch of dried cloud crawler with you. It's said that the little beasts can't resist the scent. Yeah, so, if you keep feeding them, they're gonna keep coming. Cats are very, very receptive to positive reinforcement. Big, big fans of it, you might say. We simply must catch that furry fiend before it and its friends can wreak havoc on the firmament. Furry fiend? What do you mean, furry fiend? Amazing. Oh, right. This is where... Okay. Somehow I didn't fully make the connection of where the last, like, celebration fate thingy was done. Alright, crowd collar pouch. This compact sack, packed to the brim with dried cloud crawler vines, gives off a distinctively tantalizing aroma. You place the sack in the middle of the street, near where the galley cat was sighted. Retreat to the shadows and hope that your quarry takes the bait. Nya? Nya nya? You found it, but what's this? The furry creature has clad itself in an overcoat suitable for the fiercest of blizzards. Wherever did it get its paws on such garb? That is not garb, my unlearned friend. Oh, you. Another one? And it speaks? What foul sorcery is this? I am but an innocent traveler with a fondness for our feline friends. I journey to the far ends of the realm, doing all in my power to see that these creatures are appreciated for the fluffy balls of inimitable cuteness that they are. I need to check something. There was a year. No. Did nobody save a screenshot of him? There was a year, and I think it was Year of the Rat, where, oopsie poopsie, there was somebody calling himself the Cat Bugyo, who wanted to spread word of the superiority of cats. And so he kind of barged in. And I'm trying to see if I can't find a screenshot to confirm whether or not this is actually the same guy. I may have to try and remember what year it was and see if I can't find YouTube videos. Anyway, now let us return to the topic of the galley cat's garb and the wings, which appear to be a part of it. Did you know that this is said, or that it is said that no one has ever seen the said garb removed, and that every unfortunate soul who has even made an attempt has been met with hissing, clawing rage? I can believe it. In any event, it is true. And in that sense, might it not be said that the Gaelycap's garb is not garb at all, but rather an extension of the creature's corporeal form? Not only might it be said, but I proclaim it loudly and with the utmost of confidence. Likewise, I would posit that those heavily layered silks are evidence that the Gaelycat has adapted to its chilly surroundings. Furthermore, the creature's ample belly would seem to be incontrovertible proof that it has been dining on the most sumptuous of feasts. Do you mean that someone has been feeding this creature? And this surprises you? Why, just gaze into those innocent eyes. See how its tail flicks and curls with such enchanting, enigmatic grace. Behold how it goes about its business entirely unburdened by the expectations of mortal men. I thought that no animal could be more delightful than the Gaelycats that frolic in the air above our heads, but to see one of such stout and ample proportions, why, I am simply overwhelmed with the sheer force of its immeasurable cuteness. Oh, but I can bear it no longer. I simply must behold the creature up close. I must embrace it, caress its fur, scratch behind its ears, nuzzle its nose, and tell it over and over again what a cute little kitty it is. Yes, what a cute little kitty you are. Sir? Ow. You scared it. Oh, wait! Heavens, do you think I came on a bit too strong? Just a little. In any event, we must pursue it at once. Come now. Yes, hiss is the correct response. I'm not so sure about this. Perhaps chasing after Void Scent isn't the wisest course of action. I mean, there's no evidence that they're Void Scent. But I suppose we have no choice. I swore an oath to keep the residents of the firmament safe, after all. Let us exercise due caution, though. I don't think there's much of a threat, but okay. Kitty, kitty, kitty! Okay, Hoarfrost Hall. And the Fluffy Wuffy should be somewhere around here. Ah. Heading to bed. Alright. Thanks for dropping by, Ash. I appreciate you as always. What is the meaning of this? I have a bad feeling about this. Whoop. Not you. There we go. There you are, my delightful ball of fluffy cuteness. I promise you, I only want to love you and cuddle you forever and ever. I mean, mood. As somebody who lives with 2 cats, hella mood. Remember, guys, if you want to see pictures of those cats, be sure to join the Discord. There's so many of them. What is all the commotion? Quiet, all of you, or you'll scare them away. Yep. So you are the master of these creatures, I presume? Cats don't have masters, excuse me? Master? Hardly. I simply took to feeding one of them as a way to fend off the pangs of loneliness that come with being so far from home. And before I knew it, well, you can see for yourself. I'm not unsympathetic to your situation, my friend, but we simply cannot allow these creatures to run rampant about the firmament. All their cuteness and fluffiness be damned. They are monsters, after all. All I know is they've never done me any harm. Why, give them a snack and they'll curl right up next to you and let you cuddle them and nuzzle their noses and to your heart's content. How generous and giving is the Gaily Cat. And pray tell, my friend, just how does it feel to cuddle and nuzzle these most delightful creatures? Probably delightful. Oh, buddy, you have a scratch on your face. You've tried things and failed. How can I put it? Their fur is soft and smooth, their nose is toasty and warm, and their cute little whiskers tickle the face. And they give off the most delightful aroma, akin to that of freshly washed bed linens. Or perhaps closer to bread right out of the oven. They smell good, is what I'm saying. You need say no more, for verily there is no creature so heavenly as the cat. I'm more of a dog person, actually says a liar. Yes, no cat must go uncuddled. Hear, hear! At any rate, I can assure you I've been in contact with officials at the Mendicant's court in hopes of finding proper homes for the creatures as soon as I can as I possibly can. Surely you agree that they deserve that much. Please, don't chase them away. Well, at the very least, they seem to pose no danger. And their population seems to be under control. I suppose I can overlook the matter for the time being. But be forewarned that should the situation change and the creatures prove a threat, we will not hesitate to use force when necessary. Isn't that so, friend? What's this? You wish to accompany me in my journey? Oh, but why did you not say so sooner? It would be a pleasure and an honor both. Come, my fluffy friend, and let us spread a love for all things feline far and wide across the land. Oh, he's wearing... It looks like he's wearing Tabi. This is absolutely the guy from the Heaven's Turn quests. From years ago. That's kind of funny. Kitties! To think that I would meet another who adores those creatures as much as I. I dream of the day that when every man, woman, and child in Ishgard has their own Gaily Cat to cuddle and cherish. Oh, how heavenly that would be. I want one. Gaily baby. Oh, that was the quest. Alright. And then we go back here. And... Celestina... Oh, wait. Celestio? I think that's how it's pronounced. He is carefully inspecting the structure before him. Hi. Nice building. Solid brickwork. Well, if it isn't the savior of Ishgard, it is an honor and a pleasure indeed to be graced with your presence. As it just so happens, there was a matter regarding which I was hoping to consult with an esteemed adventurer such as yourself. But I forget my manners. I am called Celestio, and Lord Francel has asked me, or tasked me with overseeing the paperwork for new residents here in the firmament. Hi. Thanks in no small part due to your selfless efforts on our behalf, countless adventurers, tradesmen, and laborers from across Eorzea have chosen to make this place their home. And now that the Hoarfrost has been completed, we finally have a place to put them all. There is, however, one rub. We have, at least thus far, lacked a facility to serve the role of the Adventurers Guild that one might find in other nations. A role which will become increasingly vital as our population continues to grow. I mean, in the other city-states, it's at their local tavern. I'll be real, the Forgotten Knight seems like it'd be a pretty solid place to station it. And so I have decided to devote this building we stand before to that very purpose. Unfortunately, and I am rather embarrassed to admit this, I am not entirely clear on precisely what manner of business is conducted at these guilds, and in turn, what sort of structure might best serve that purpose. Pray enlighten me, friend. What would you say is the defining characteristic of an active, successful adventurers guild? So here, a place where adventurers can come to each other's aid, a place where citizens in need can enlist adventurers' services. It wouldn't hurt to have a tavern. See, even Shizune potentially is saying tavern. But this is the big one. A place where citizens in need can enlist adventurers' services. So that is the primary purpose of an adventurers guild. If adventurers are to render assistance efficiently and swiftly, it certainly stands to reason that there needs to be a dedicated venue where they may receive petitions from townsfolk. Thank you, my friend. The insight you have shared with me will no doubt prove invaluable in transforming this venue into one that will serve all the adventurers in the firmament and make them feel at home. If I could impose upon you just one last time, might you be willing to speak to some of your peers here in the firmament and see if you could find a generous soul or two who would be willing to stop by? After all, an adventurers guild without adventurers is hardly worthy of the name. Yeah! Many thanks, my friend. I have no doubt that as the savior of Ishgard and a fellow adventurer, your words will resonate with them far more than mine ever could. You could also just put up posters. Come to the Adventurers Guild, located here. Add a little recruitment board. Is there something you need of me? A new Adventurers Guild, eh? I've only just arrived from Ulda, and I'm still learning the lay of the land. I'm not embarrassed to admit I was hoping there might be a place where I could meet some veteran types and learn a thing or two. Color me interested. I'm gonna go in a circle. I bet I know what this one's for. Where are they? Yeah, it's these guys. Did they ever get names? I don't think they ever got names. If it isn't Shizune, always a pleasure to see you, my friend. What brings you to the firmament today? Recruiting for the new Adventurers Guild? They mean to build an Adventurers Guild here in Featherfall, you say? I do believe I speak for everyone when I say that this is a most welcome development indeed. After all, it has been rather tedious going from door to door every day, asking the townsfolk or people if they had any tasks requiring an adventurer's expertise. If there's anything I can do to see that the new facility is a rousing success, I am more than happy to do it. I am just gonna click on that, teleport down here. And talk to the adroit adventurer. Is that a tiny child? It is a tiny child. What are you doing in a workshop, kid? gonna get hurt. Need assistance with something, friend? In that case, I would encourage you to consult with one of my colleagues. I fear I am but an apprentice here and would have little to offer you. What's that you say? A new gathering place will be opening here in the firmament? Why, this is wonderful news indeed. I relocated here from Limsa to learn a new trade, but I must admit that I find myself feeling a touch homesick at times. I was hoping there might be a place where I could mingle with travelers and hear the latest tales and tidings from my homeland. I must visit at once. Oh, are these kids begging for work? Why? You've got an orphanage that can take care of you now. Oh, whoops. I just completely ran off in the wrong direction, huh? Ah, there you are, friend. I'm pleased to inform you that a number of your peers have already graced us with their presence. Why, this place is starting to feel more and more like an honest-to-goodness adventurers guild with every moment. Rest assured that I will do everything in my power to see that this place flourishes into a home away from home for all adventurers who pay visit to the Holy See. Pray forgive me for imposing upon the esteemed savior of Ishgard with such a trivial task, but you have done us a great service today, and for that you have my most sincere gratitude. Whenever you are inclined to grace us with your presence, our doors will always be open. Really? So what you're saying is, if I run over here, the doors will open for... The doors will open for... The doors will... You lied to me. Our guild is open to the public now, and I'm pleased to say we've had no trouble attracting adventurers of all stripes. Hearing their tales of lands far and wide has been most eye-opening. Why, if my duties here didn't keep me occupied, I'd have half a mind to take to the road myself. It is an infectious thing, isn't it? Oh, these are the two NPCs that we talked to. And here's our buddies! Planning their next adventure. Alright. And now, last, but most certainly not least, let's go say hi to our favorite orphans. Okay, Melee, I guess you get to hang out here a little bit longer. Hit me! Come on, kids! Thanks to you, Julkizin isn't so obsessed with becoming a great hero anymore. He now knows there are other ways to do his part, while earning good coin besides. I used to dream of becoming a great hero who fought dragons and saved the realm. But you've already gone and done all that, so now I need another goal. Yes, perhaps I shall become the greatest artisan in all of Ishgard. Oh, I've already done all of that, too. Maybe don't base your dreams off of what I have or haven't accomplished. Oh, it's you again. Have you heard? Oh, wait. That is not the right voice for this kid. Oh, it's you again. Have you heard? All sorts of merchants and craftsmen from across the realm have come to Featherfall. We were just going to head over there to see for ourselves. You should come with us. It'll be so exciting. This isn't supposed to be exciting. Raquel. These outsiders, the competition. We're going to scout them out. Let's get going. There he goes. I guess the easiest way to get there is just to walk. Is it worth the teleport? Yes, kinda. Black. What do you suppose that is? And that too. Look at those stones. How do they make them so sparkle like that? I mean, that's easy. Yeah. Take it all in, kiddos. This is amazing! I've never seen anything like any of these things before. If we could fashion some eye-catching wares of our own, I do believe we could earn some good coin here. Whatever shall we do, sister? Eh? Indeed. Hey, what's the matter? You're looking awfully glum. Oh, hello there. My brother and I heard that traders from around the world had set up shop here in the firmament, so we've come to peruse their wares. And that's what's more, Mother was kind enough to give us some extra gil to buy ourselves a special treat. There's one most luscious looking exotic fruit that caught our eye, but sadly, it's just a bit too expensive. Still, we don't want to settle for anything less. Is that all? If you need money, why don't you just earn it? That's what we do. We make all sorts of things and sell them for good coin. Oh, they just got somebody's attention. Well, aren't you a spirited one? If you're hurting for gil, maybe we can make it ourselves a deal. Well, look who's here. Wait a minute, I recognize him from Tailfeather. What kind of deal? Isn't that, yeah, it's Marsachomp. A tough negotiator, a tough negotiator, I see. Here's the story. I'm a hunter from the Dravanian Forelands, and a pretty good one, if I do say so myself. I was on my way back to the wilds after dropping off my chocobo, and that's when it hit me. It's bleeding cold out there, and I could use myself a new overcoat. I'm not looking for anything fancy, mind you. If it keeps me warm and toasty in the blistering snow and wind, that's plenty fine for me. Reckon any of you young ones would be able to help a hunter out? Could we ever? You just watch. We'll whip you up the finest coat you've ever seen before you can bat an eyelash. Good to hear it. I'll be lingering around the markets for a while still, so you can just bring it on back to me whenever it's ready. Well, looks like we have a job to do. It's off to Rolandberry Field for me to procure the needed tools. Perhaps you'd like to come along? oh boy, his name. Jolkizane and Payrakil. I can count on the two of you to get some cloth from the old Arkad or Akkard, right? Yes. When we have all that we need, let's meet back here. All right, everyone, let's get to work. They're good kids. Would have reckoned someone like you to have more important matters on your plate than tending to children. Though I suppose I'm not one to talk. Any road, I imagine you'll be going along to see that they get or don't get themselves into trouble. Yeah, that is generally what I do. That lass is a determined one, ain't she? I dare say she reminds me of a certain someone. How dare you bring her up in my presence? You're gonna make me sad. Well, if it ain't the Rollenberry children, what can I do? What can old Akkard do for you today? We need a length of what was it again? Oh, you came too. Good. There's something I wanted to ask you. What sort of fabric do you think is best for making an overcoat? Payraquil and I, we really don't know anything about weaving, you see. It's Lysel who fancies herself a seamstress. Well, if it ain't the hero of Ishgard. I'm glad to see you as well. I've been trying to get these lads to tell me just what sort of fabric they need, but they can't seem to give me a straight answer. So, what'll it be? Square of linen. Linen's better for warm weather. We want a thick pelt to ward off the cold. Is that all? Well, why didn't you say so? Old Akkard has just the thing for you. And here you go. I reckon this'll serve you well enough. Why, it most certainly will. Many thanks, my good man. These days, you never see those children without their tools in hand. Shoes, scarves, you name it. Seems there's nothing they can't whip up themselves. Would that I'd been half as resourceful at their age. I'm sure you make do okay. Oh, how I would love to take part in a good snowball fight. Sister simply refuses to even entertain the notion. She says she can't abide getting her hands cold. I mean, I don't blame her. She's not wrong. This gentleman certainly is friendly. I can't tell if she's scared or if she has a crush. Ah, you're back. I trust there's something you need from me. Even without being... Oh. Okay, you're just saying the same thing you always do. Alright. Raskin, there's a favor I would ask of you. Well, if it isn't Lysel, what can I do for you and your friends today? A hunter we met at the markets has hired us to make him an overcoat. Do you have a needle and thread we could borrow? I do indeed, but I can't just let you have it. Why, if you so much as pricked your finger with my tools, I'd never hear the end of it. No need to fear. Shizune is here to watch over me and see that I'm perfectly safe. Isn't that right, Shizune? As long as you don't ask me to craft it for you. I see. Well, if the savior of Ishgard is willing to vouch for you, who am I to oppose? Here you go. Just be careful with them, yes? Thanks, Raskin. You're the best. Loath as I am to impose, I would most appreciate it if you could watch over the children and see that they do not injure themselves. I'm sure they'll be fine. Also, there's this thing called a thimble that is incredibly useful for making sure you don't prick your finger. Maybe you should invest in some of those. Twitch wants to run an ad, but we are basically done with this quest, so I'm gonna dismiss it, or postpone it. Because honestly, we're pretty close to wrapping up for the night. Is there aught I might do to assist? How marvelous it must be to be able to fashion clothing with one's own hands. I cannot scarcely wait to learn myself. Honestly, I was hoping for more of a challenge. Why, I could have procured that square of fabric in my sleep. Then why didn't you? You had the opportunity. I've never made something for a real hunter before. I hope he likes it. The children all came running back like someone set their pants on fire. Just between you and me, I ain't in that much of a hurry. Well, I do believe we have everything we need. Shall we get started then? Say, what do I do with this part here? Ah! Just hold that in place. Fold it over. Yes, just like that. And now stitch right there. Exactly, you're a natural. Hey, looking good, buddy. Why, it's a perfect fit. Our best work yet, if I do say so myself. And how does it feel, good sir? It's sturdy, warm, and even a fair bit more stylish than I'd been expecting. You've got yourself one satisfied customer, lass. I reckon this should cover it. Go and buy yourself something nice now. Oh, thank you! And thank you! We couldn't have done this without you. Here, this is your share. But what? But this is just about all of it. Well, seeing as you did just about all the work, it seems only fair. Together with what your mother gave us, or with our mother together with what our mother gave us, we have enough here to buy our fruit. Speaking of mother, we'd best head back before she starts worrying what's become of us. Might we come back to play again? But of course! You're welcome to visit any time. How nice it must be to have a mother to return to. Oh. Don't look so down, lass. Being able to help out a couple of nobles ain't nothing to sneeze at. And I reckon the friendship you've made today will serve you well. Speaking of new friends, I've got just the thing to cheer you up. How'd you like to take a baby chocobo off my hands? A baby chocobo? Aye, hatched from the egg of one of my best birds. But I've been having the damnedest time trying to train it. Doesn't seem suited for the hunting life. And so I thought it could use a new family. How'd you like to be its new mother? Me, its mother? Why, yes, I'd like that very much. And with the coin we've earned, we can buy food and everything. The little ones are going to be over the moon when they hear who's coming to live with us. Not just the little ones. Raskin too has chocobos. Come on, let's go and tell him right now. These kids make me so happy. Except for that part where they decide to punch me in the gut with the "if only I had a mother" thing. You know, Shizune, just looking at you and those children calls to mind that time I came upon you in a sail in Tailfeather. Gods, how time flies. Oh, you're gonna make me cry. Speaking of time flying, I'd best be moving on. I've got a chocobo to deliver, and then it's back to the road for me. Till next we meet, lass. And yeah, that's all the side quests. And that, everybody, is 5.3 Ishgard Restoration completed. So I'm gonna head over to the orphanage just so that I can see the kiddos with their little chickie. And then we're gonna decide somebody to raid on Twitch. I don't know how raiding works on YouTube. If it works, if that's even a thing. But yeah, we'll at least raid out on Twitch. And yeah, okay, do you have anything to say about the chocobo chick we just got? Nope, you're just explaining the lore of why the orphanage is called what it's called now. Okay. Do you not actually have the chick yet? Does it not arrive until the 5.4 stuff? I know. Oh, there it is. Little baby. Just running around in a circle. To tell the truth, I was worried that Raskin might refuse to let us keep the baby chocobo. He's something of a stickler about rules and regulations, you know. As it turns out, though, there was nothing to worry about. He said he thinks it'll be a good learning experience for us. Why, he even offered to help change its bedding from time to time. Cute. How long do you suppose it will be until our chocobo's big enough to ride? I'll have you know I take my responsibility as the bird's mother quite seriously. I've already trained it not to peck at Jolkazane's bottom. Hey, that also makes you a good sister question? Because if it had been me, I'd be real tough to train it specifically to peck at my brother's bottom. Maybe this is why I'm an only child. Anyway, yeah, that is gonna be it for tonight. Thank you everybody so much for joining me tonight. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that follow button on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on Twitch. If I'm at 100 subscribers at the end of April, I will play Phasmophobia with members of the Pantry. Who's the Pantry, you ask? That is my community, because everybody in it is a snack. If you want to interact with other snacks of the Pantry, be sure to join the Discord. That's also the best way to keep up with what's going on with the channel. Talk to me when I'm not streaming, and also get sneak peeks at behind-the-scenes stuff. If you subscribe on Twitch, you also have access to the snack bar in the Discord, which is the sub-only channel. And yeah. If you're looking for other ways to support me, you can also buy me a cocoa on Ko-fi, or for $3 a month, become a coffee biscuit and gain access to my extended my extended VTuber lore. If you like magical girls, if you like Sailor Moon, Cardcaptor Sakura, Pretty Cure, those are my 3 big influences. My VTuber is a magical girl, the champion of hope. Fighting against the forces that would take people's hopes and dreams away. So yeah, and there should be a new episode coming out by the end of this week. So be sure to keep a lookout for that. And yeah, I'll be back on Friday with Friday Night Rights starting at 8 o'clock Central. I
have Spirit City lo-fi sessions running, a Pomodoro timer, lo-fi music. I work on my writing. Everybody else does whatever it is that they want to do during that time. It's just a chill, relaxing, good time. And then Sunday, more Final Fantasy XIV. I know we have the Void quests left. And then I'm trying to figure out what else we're gonna do. Maybe I will see if people are available for Palace of the Dead and Heaven on High. Maybe that's what we'll do. I don't know. But definitely keep an eye out. You can also follow me on Blue Sky and Tumblr. I'm Cheese in both places. And now I gotta decide who we are going to raid. Yuzi's in Endwalker. I don't want to spoil anybody who might be watching the channel who isn't at least that, or isn't past where we are on the channel. I try to be careful about that. Let's see here. Oh, we're probably going to go into an ad break while I'm trying to find somebody to raid on Twitch. Unless anybody has any recommendations. I like watering sprouts. I like giving support to people who are new to the channel. That person's doing Endwalker. Somebody's doing Coils. Raids. Somebody is just a little bit ahead of me. This will be so much easier once I'm actually caught up with the game. Where are you leveling? What are you leveling? Cool, this person in Shadowbringers. Alright, we're gonna raid, Claude VT. So yeah, let's go give support to another, well, yeah, no, I'm just gonna raid out now. There we go. All right, so yeah, I will be back on Friday for Friday Night Rights, and then Sunday for more Final Fantasy XIV. I do still need to figure out when the Magic stream is going to be for having gotten to 100 subs last month. So yeah, I will see you guys. Have a good night. Stay safe, stay healthy, and take care. Bye-bye.